Let me take you back to when I was 19. I was fresh from college, new to work and keen to impress. I was asked to create a presentation. So I got to work and I really went for it. I used vibrant colours, captivating images and minimal text. I honestly thought it was a masterpiece. I was so proud to present it to my boss, but he just looked at it. He looked kind of bewildered and he said, "Where's all the data? Where are all the details?" I remember feeling this wave of confusion. I was a little disheartened. I'd put my heart and soul into this. Why didn't he like it? What had I done wrong? Was it me? And then I remember thinking, no, he's just old-fashioned and stuck in his ways. What does he know? After all, I was young and with it. Meanwhile, he's probably thinking, this generation, they don't know what they're doing. You have to teach them everything. And they even want to come up with their own ideas and not follow instructions. Maybe all of us think that our own generation knows best. Now, the twist to this story is that this happened nearly 40 years ago. Has anything changed? Still today, in my work, I hear stories of younger colleagues being told, no, not this, that. Or no, this is how we've always done it. Equally, I hear younger voices expressing frustration and saying things like, they're wary of new approaches, or they just don't get it. It's so easy to step into stereotyping and to play the younger versus older generation game. You see, we love to talk about the generational divide. We've even created a vocabulary for it. The boomers, the Gen X, the millennials, and the Gen Zs. And we've got a set of descriptions that goes with each one. It's convenient, it's comfortable, and it's completely missing the point. Truth is, we live in an increasingly divided world, and the workplace is more diverse than ever before. We often say that the boomers might resist change, and yet we can all identify with Carol, who's young in her years, with her cool dress sense, and while she might have large text on her phone, she is the one who is always looking for ways to be innovative. We often say that the Gen Zs don't seem to stick at anything, and yet we've got more young entrepreneurs than ever before. I work with Noah, who's 19, and he craves structure and stability to his projects. And what about the belief that the younger generation are glued to their phone? I also know Emily, who's 24, and she's always advocating for digital detox days because she knows it's good for her mental health and well-being. All these stories challenge the thoughts that we have about the generational divide. So here's what I'm curious about. I believe we're asking the wrong question. Instead of, how do we bridge the generational divide? What if the divide isn't generational at all? What if the divide is a lack of perspective? Perhaps we all need to watch out for generational judgment. Something that I notice is when someone disrupts our perspective, our first instinct is to go for the simple explanation, it must be a generational thing. But what if the key to unlocking our potential was to embrace diverse perspectives regardless of age? You see, as humans, we naturally gravitate towards people who mirror our thoughts and experiences regardless of age. I'm sure many of you here have had a friend or an acquaintance of a completely different age and through a hobby, sport or interest have created a strong bond. You see, when we surround ourselves with people who challenge our assumptions and offer a diverse perspective, we are then open to new possibilities and greater understanding. So here's the revolutionary idea. What if we stopped viewing all interactions through the lens of age, but through the lens of possibility instead? What if we stopped dismissing someone because they're too old or they're too young? What if we were open to the idea that they may offer a perspective we haven't considered yet? They might see something you don't. The future of work isn't about bridging the generational divide. It's about breaking free from the limitations we impose on ourselves. Let's redefine the generation game by listening, adapting, and valuing diverse perspectives, regardless of age. The greatest divide isn't between generations, because great performance has no age, innovation has no age limit, and wisdom is not measured in years.